Welcome back, State of Decay 2 survivors. This is Congrex's Prime coming at you with an update 26.1 hot fix. And yes, finally, guys, we have a hot fix for State of Decay available about 2 hours ago or so. And I just, you know, was made aware of it because I turned the game on and I noticed I had to get an update. So then I went and looked and see, and voila, we do have a hotfix. So I'm gonna go ahead and do something I normally don't do, which is actually read the hotfix patch to you guys, so that we can be informed together at the same exact time. So we're gonna start. Mr. Joe Swanson's the one who posted this. I can see that because of his name. And we're going to go community management. When moving maps, you can now bring all vehicles from your parking slot as well as the vehicle that you are driving for a maximum of total of 5 from the wish list. So, all right, look at that. They tackled something from the wish list on a hot fix, which is kind of impressive. And that is something that I've been complaining about for I don't know how many years, but finally we can actually transfer more than 3 vehicles without bugging out a 4th one if you have something parked in your parking space, or if you go to a place where there's only 3 parking spots, which I think they're gonna have to fix that. There's certain maps that are glitched like that, and if you transfer more than 4 vehicles, it used to just take one away from you, and that will totally suck, but especially if you have any kind of like emotional attachment to a particular vehicle. So anyway, there was ways around it that you could stop that from happening. I normally just kept 3 vehicles instead of 4, and never transfer with the vehicles in the wrong slot as well, because that tends to mess up. And also, when you take a base, make sure that your vehicles are all parked, and when you go take that base, you don't park in one of the slots, because it would automatically either delete your vehicle or it would not transfer. It would stay in the other base, which was another pain in the butt. So I'm glad that I think this may have fixed this problem. I may have to go back and experiment with this to make sure that it actually works, and I'm going to do it with obviously a community I don't care about, so if I lose a vehicle I won't get too upset about it. Alright, so let's move on to the next thing. This the specimen incubation action in Trumbull Valley Landmark Outpost is now corrected. The award is a minimum of 8 plague heart samples with the bonus of quantity produced if the player has knowledge of medicine or knowledge of pathology in their community. Okay, this is something that was actually brought up to a few of you guys that came over to my stream and asked me if I was having issues with the actual landmark in Trumbull Valley. And it's one of the strategies you can use. One makes medicine, the other one makes plague samples. And this is kind of a cool thing early on in the game if you can get your hands on it and you're lacking plague samples to make plague cures. This is a really good way to produce a lot of plague samples and to also make cures without putting your characters in immediate danger. So this was actually a pretty good thing. I'm glad it's hopefully working now. We'll find that out again when I start tinkering with the map after I read this patch notes for you guys. Trumbull Valley Landmark Outpost now is correctly contributed to the biggest ball of the twine in Minnesota achievement, including retroactively for the players who have already received it. So apparently we weren't getting one of the achievements. They fixed that. We closed an exploit that allowed players to recruit duplicate Red Talent contractors at the Red Talent FOB base by checking their earlier recruit into infirmary. I didn't know you can do this, so kudos to those people who actually figured that one out. We fixed the UI hiccup with the storage area of the Red Talent FOB base. I did notice this. There was a weird thing where you would lose certain items in your inventory, but if you like left and came back or reloaded the game, they were there. It was weird, but I'm glad they fixed that. Missions, yes, please fix the bugs in Trumbull Valley. I haven't been able to get the Haven Protocol facility because it doesn't advance the quest line for me. So hopefully with this hotfix, I'm excited now. Maybe I can go back and finish that playthrough where, you know, I've been stuck in the same loop over and over again. So let's see what they fix. We uncapped the number of Trumbull Valley story missions that could be active at once, and with the intent of getting that set of missions flowing more smoothly for some players. Well, that's good, because there were times, I mean, I spent 2 or 3 hours live streaming waiting for a mission to pop, and nothing will pop. It was the most frustrating thing in the world. You're like, okay, come on, I want to get this mission. I want to finish this quest line before I finish this playthrough. And as you guys saw for like 3 streams in the last week and a half, I mean, most of the time I was just sitting there waiting, or picking up resources or doing a little side quest while we were waiting, but nothing would pop. So hopefully this fixes that issue. Breaking the code with Isby's final mission with the Cleo drop no longer repeats endlessly. This was another issue I was having. I'm not sure how many of you guys had this issue, but this is definitely a problem I was having with the Prime Directive Legacy that I was working on. And then the enemies in the final Trader Legacy mission no longer get confused and run away instead of attacking the Trade Summit. I actually had that happen on my last playthrough with the Trade Summit, with the Trader in Lethal Zone. You guys can watch that. They ran away from me, and I had to run out there and kill them. It was kind of interesting. It happened in Providence Ridge, for me at least. Mickey no longer has a rogue mission that ends a storyline that remakes and renames his enclave for no reason. I have no idea. I didn't have that happen to me, so I don't know. But I've had all these other glitches, so I guess I'm fortunate not to have this one. We recategorize a few sites to make it less likely that random missions or plague hearts could claim them and get in the way of Trumbull Valley. This could have been an issue for some of the actual missions that I was waiting for. I ended up killing all the plague hearts except for one. And it still didn't proc any of the missions, so I don't know. Hopefully this fixes that issue for me. I'm really frustrated, to be honest with you guys. I'm hoping that this hotfix actually gets things rolling for me. And then the last one, we made several small fixes to the world art, collision, and navigation. So I'm guessing they fixed some of the stuff where you get stuck on rocks and get stuck on stuff that you shouldn't be getting stuck on, invisible walls. So that's kudos for them. But guys, that concludes the hotfix for State of Decay update 26.1. I don't technically do this, but if you guys want me to do this for the community, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if you guys have played update 26.1 and if it's running as smooth as they say they are. I'm about to step into that world now. And that's all I have for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day or night. Light, love, and peace. Congrexes. Checking out.